What is going on, everyone, and thank you for joining me for another video review. Today I'll be talking about the Microtech Ultratech series. Now these are dual action out the front automatic knives, or OTF for short. Now if you're not a fan of OTFs or auto knives in general, then this video will probably not of any interest to you. But if you are, then definitely keep watching. Now I have reviewed the Ultratech Katana in a previous video already, but I've acquired a few more in the series and I wanted to make an update review to the Ultratech line. One of the main things I like about Microtech is that they give you a lot of options when it comes to buying their knives, which I'll be showing you later on in the video. These knives come in a variety of handle colors and blade styles and finishes. Now these knives, the Ultratech specifically, brand new, will run you between $190 and $229 US. Now to put that in perspective, the similar size Microtech Scarab is around $400, pretty much almost double the price. While the Scarab is a wider knife in general, length is almost about the same, and they both use the same materials currently. The normal production Ultratech is made with 6061 T6 aircraft aluminum and are available in a variety of colors. Now they all feature these grooved areas around the entire handle, as well as steps on the firing switch to aid in traction. Now the firing switch is easy to operate for the most part, but I'll be showing you later in the video that not all Ultratechs are created equal. Now prominently displayed on the handle is the Microtech claw logo, along with the serial number and the date of production. The screws are Microtech proprietary parts and will require the bit tool to service. Now I have heard from some owners who fashion their own tool, but just be aware that taking apart your Microtech voids your warranty. On the rear of the handle you'll find the pointy glass breaker. Now I have personally not tested out this feature, but I know that this will definitely cause some damage if used like a Kubotan. Attached along with the glass breaker is the clip and the lanyard attachment point. The opening is not large enough for 550 cord, so you'll need to find something thinner if you want to attach a lanyard. You could also thread a thin lanyard through the glass breaker's opening as well, but this is meant for the tool to detach or attach the breaker. Now the clip is very stiff, so retention in the pocket is very good. And on the clip itself you'll see the Microtech logo. Now certain Ultratechs will feature different information on the clip. So all the blades of my Ultratechs are extremely sharp. The blade steel they currently use is S35VN. Now the best part, you have a ton of blade styles to choose from. I personally only have a few variations, but they come in the dagger, tanto, drop point, and bayonet styles, and is also available in partially serrated, fully serrated, or plain edge options as well. Now along with all those options, you get your choice of satin, stonewash, black coated, or camo finishes. Now depending on which blade style you get, the stamping on the blade may be a little different. I have a satin finish plain edge dagger point here, and you see it just says Ultratech dagger edge with the S35VN steel marking. Here I have a tanto in a two-tone, and you notice it has the full Microtech logo as well as the Ultratech tanto edge stamping and the S35 steel marking. Here I have a camo version. This is one of the newer ones, and this one just simply has the Microtech claw logo and the USA stamping on the tip of the blade here. Now there will always be blade play on these types of knives due to its dual action automatic format. The more expensive Microtechs manage to have less play, but there is still play nonetheless. In fact, you can actually hear it. Now the plummet is going to be really quick and has a nice snappy feel to it, as one would expect from an out-the-front knife. You simply push forward to extend the blade and back to retract. The jimping on the firing switch provides great traction for use, but I'm really sorry to say that each firing switch feel will be different from each individual knife. For example, I know for a fact that this is the satin finish dagger point because the firing switch is way easier and smoother to use. This is a black dagger point, and because I know that because this switch is very stiff. I can't even open it. There we go. So just be aware of that when you're buying these. The Ultratechs all have a built-in derailing system, so if you happen to deploy the knife into something that overcomes the force of the internal springs, the blade will come off its tracks. So basically, to put the blade back onto the track, just simply slide it all the way out, give it a nice firm pull, and you're back into business. The Microtech out the front mechanism is really nice in that the springs are only under high tension when the firing switch is being used. For the rest of the time they're at rest, so you don't really need to worry about this knife deploying on accident while it's in your pocket. Now in this example, I have a non-Microtech knife opened up. Now this is not the exact same system, but it's very similar. There are two gates that will either hold the blade extended or retracted. There's one located here, and there's one located down here. There's a plate on top of the blade for where a spring is attached to it at all times. Now when it's not in use, that means the spring is never in tension. Now in the retracted position, one end of the spring is always attached to a blade tang. Now moving the firing switch forward causes the plate to move, in which in turn extends the spring, which is still hooked onto the blade tang. Now at this point in time, the blade is still being held back by this tiny gate here. But as the plate moves forward, it will knock the gate aside so that now the spring can propel the blade to an open position. Now in the open position, the blade is now attached to another point on the blade, which prevents it from flying out of the handle. Retraction of the blade is the same. Pulling the firing switch back causes the plate to move, which in turn knocks the other gate open, and the spring is free to retract the blade back into the handle. Okay, so why do I think Ultratechs are the best OTF bang for your money? It's the sheer quality and the craftsmanship of the knife. The size is very decent for EDC, the deployment is quick and responsive, and of course it's backed by a nice high quality name. Now Ultratechs come in a variety of colors, blade style, limited editions, etc. Now a few here of my own. This is my entire Ultratech collection that I'm going to show off. So we have here a standard Ultratech, which you've been seeing throughout the entire video. This is the double-edged dagger in a satin finish. So then everything on the body of the handle is going to be basically the same. This one with the uber stiff firing switch is the blacked out version. This is the two-tone double-edged dagger. Again, the body of the handle is exactly the same as the satin finish one. This is the Blade HQ exclusive. It has the bronzed hardware and bronze blade. Everything's the same except for there's the Marfion signature on the clip itself. This is the Urban Camo version, and you can see the design extends into the blade itself. You see a little bit different is the logo is actually on the tip of the blade. Here is just the claw logo. On the Tonto version, there's the claw logo is down here on the relief edge. And they don't have the white paint in the lettering and the logo down on the handle either. The rest of the hardware looks like it's been bronzed out. This is the tactical version of the two-tone Tonto. So you see the hardware is all blacked out, the clip is all blacked out, and the firing button or firing switch is blacked out as well. And last but not least, you guys will recognize this one. This is my Ultratech Katana Custom, and this is a chisel ground, and it has the flame pattern on the blade itself. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. And the rest of the hardware is kind of bronzed out along with the clip, and it's got a little bit different information on the clip. And as well, the glass breaker is a different style. It's a little bit larger and a lot more pointier. Okay, so what are some of the drawbacks? Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is the inconsistent quality that may differ between the models. While the overall knife is similar, the deployment may feel stiffer or looser depending. Also, some of the fit and finish may vary. As well, the blade play may deter a lot of you from buying this knife. But bear in mind that the dual action autos will always have a tiny bit of play no matter what. So now, if you're in the market for a decent sized, high quality Microtech dual action out the front knife, then I would really suggest that you look no further than the Ultratech line. It is roughly the same size as the Microtech Scarab, but at half the price. This is the perfect knife for those on a budget, but still want to experience that Microtech quality. Alright, so I want to thank everybody for watching this video, and any questions or comments, please leave them below. So until next time, take care and have a great day.